Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in today's video we are going to understand how to receive email notification when ClickUp task is completed. So in ClickUp I have created some tasks and assigned those tasks to my employees. Here my objective is that whenever the task status will be updated to completed, then I want to receive an email notification for the task. So now to do this, I need to build a connection between these two applications, for which I am going to use this amazing automation software, that is Pabbly Connect. Pabbly Connect follows the concept of trigger and action. So here to do this, my trigger application will be ClickUp and my action application will be Gmail. So if you want to learn more about this, follow me through the screen.
In this video, we will understand how to receive email notification when ClickUp task is completed. So in ClickUp, I have created an assigned task to my employees. Here my objective is that whenever the task status will be updated to complete, then I want to receive an email for the same. So now to automate this entire process, I'm going to use this amazing automation software, that is Pabbly Connect, and as an existing user, I'm going to sign in. If you are a new user, you can click on the sign up for free button and every month you will get 100 tasks for free. So as an existing user, I'm going to sign in. Now this here is the all applications page. So here I will go to Pabbly Connect and click on access now to reach my dashboard. In the meanwhile, subscribe to our channel. So this here is my dashboard, and now in order to create a new workflow, I will go to my right hand side corner and click on this create workflow button. So now in this dialog box appearing, I'm going to give my workflow a name. So here let's say that I've named it as receive email notification when ClickUp task is completed, and on my left hand side you can see that these are the folders that I've created before. So I want to save this workflow in the folder named as ClickUp automation, as this is the automation for ClickUp, and now here I'm going to click on create. So as I did that, now I have arrived on a very important window which consists of trigger and action. Basically, trigger and action are the two most important principles or concepts of Pabbly Connect on which this entire automation will depend. Trigger says when this happens, action says do this. Action is an automated response of a trigger application, and in a workflow you can only have one trigger but multiple action applications. So now moving to my use case, that is to receive email notification when ClickUp task is completed. So now in order to automate this, I will go to my trigger window, and over here I'm going to search for ClickUp as my trigger application. Here it is. And the trigger event will be task updated. So here I'm going to search for the trigger event. Here it is. So this trigger will start working whenever a task will be updated. So now moving to my action window, as I want to send an email to myself, you can send this email to anyone with whom you want to share the task completed details. So here to send the email, I'm going to use Gmail. So Gmail will be my action application, and the action event will be to send email. So as you can see that I have selected my action application and the action event along with my trigger application and the trigger event. So my objective is to receive email notification when ClickUp task is completed. So firstly, in order to do that, I need to establish a connection between ClickUp and Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to click on connect. And now if you have an existing connection, you can go with the same, or you can simply add a new connection. So to add a new connection, you need to mention the API token. Now to mention the API token, I'm going to take you to my ClickUp account, and over here as per the instructions, I will go to my profile, and in my profile I will go to settings, and in settings over here I will go to apps. And here in apps, this here is the API token. So if you want to regenerate a new one, you can click on regenerate, or either you can go with the existing one. So I'm going with the existing API token. I've copied it, and over here in Pabbly Connect, I'm going to paste it. So once I've mentioned the API token, I'm going to click on save. And here you can see that ClickUp and Pabbly Connect is successfully connected. So now moving to the workspace name, space name, folder name, and the list name. So now I'm going to take you to my ClickUp account. Over here you can see that my workspace name is Pabbly's workspace. So it is selected over here. Now moving to the space name. So over here in space, I'm going to use this space that is by the name of Pabbly Connect. So here in Pabbly Connect, I'm going to select the space name as Pabbly Connect. So this space consists of folder named by job applicants task and the list as job applicants. So over here in Pabbly Connect, I'm going to select the folder name and the list name as well. So as you can see that I have selected the details over here in this field. So my objective is that whenever in ClickUp the task status will be updated to complete, then automatically the details of that task should get captured over here in Pabbly Connect. So now in order to do that, I'm going to click on save and send test request. So as I did that, here you can see it is waiting for response. That means now I need to do a test submission or record so that the data could be captured over here in Pabbly Connect. Now in order to do that, I'm going to take you to my ClickUp account. So here in ClickUp, these are the tasks. So over here in this to-do task list, so let's say I'm going to update the status of this task and going to mark this task as complete. So over here you can see that the task name is send job offer letter to current user. It is assigned to admin Pabbly Tudes, and over here is the priority, and this here is the email. So now I'm going to mark the status of this task as complete. So over here you can see that it says send job offer letter to current user is marked as complete. So now I'm going to show you that over here you can see that under the complete task status list. So here is the task that is marked as completed. So the details of this task that is just marked completed would have been captured in Pabbly Connect. So now I'm going to take you to Pabbly Connect, and over here in Pabbly Connect you can see that I have received a response. Here you can see the task ID. Scrolling down to the other details. So over here you can see that the status is marked as complete. So here is the status that is complete, and this here is the before status that was to do. So over here you can see that in Pabbly Connect I've successfully got the status detail. So as my objective is to only send emails when the task will be marked as completed. So in order to do that, I'm going to click on this add action step, and over here I'm going to use this amazing feature that is filter by Pabbly. So filter by Pabbly will help me to put conditions in this automation. So in order to do that, I'm going to select the action event, and now I'm going to click on connect. So as my objective is that email should be only sent on that case when the task status will be updated to completed. So in order to do that, over here in the select label part, from this drop down, so over here I'm going to select the status that is complete. So here I've mentioned the label as complete, filter type will be equal to, and here the value will also be complete. So my objective is that whenever the task status will be complete, then only this workflow should run ahead. So I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see that I have received a response, the status is success, and the message's condition is true. That means now whenever in ClickUp the task status will be updated to complete, then only this automation is going to run ahead. So as from the response received from ClickUp, we have received that the task status was updated to completed. So over here, that is why in the filter step, the condition is also true. So whenever the task status will be updated to complete, then only this automation is going to run ahead. So as our response is also positive, now moving ahead. So as over here in response received from ClickUp, we have not received the task details. Instead of that, we have received the task status and the task ID. So in order to get the details, over here I'm going to click on this add action step, and in this action window I'm going to use ClickUp as my action application this time. And the action event will be to find task. So over here, as we have got the task ID, so my action event will be to find task by ID. So as I've got the ID, I'm going to click on connect, and as I've already built a connection once in this automation, so I'm going with the existing one, and now I'm going to click on save. So as I did that, here you can see that ClickUp and Pabbly Connect is once again connected. So now moving to this task ID field. So in order to mention the task ID, I'm going to use a method that is called as mapping. Basically, mapping means to insert the data from previous step. So as I've received this response from ClickUp, so over here in this task ID field, I have mapped it. So now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see that I have received a response, and this here is a positive response. So over here you can see the task name, that was send job offer letter to current user. Here you can see the status ID, and here you can see the other details as well. So here are the assignee details, and over here you can see that the priority was urgent. So here are some other details as well. That means in Pabbly Connect, I've successfully got the details of the task which status was just updated to completed. So as now I've got the details, now I want to send an email to myself. So I can send this email to myself or either to other people as well. So I'm going to click on connect. And now in order to add a new connection, you just have to sign in with your Gmail account. So I'm going to sign in. And you can see that the authorization was successful. So here in recipient email address, I'm going to mention my email address. So let's say I'm going to mention my email address over here. That is dummyuser@pabblytudes.com. So as you can see that I have mentioned my email. You can also mention other emails as well to whom you want to send this update. So here, as I've mentioned my email, moving ahead. So let's say the sender name will be ClickUp Task. So this here is the sender name that I've kept. So now moving to email subject and the email content. So here I need to frame the subject for the email and the content for the email. So now I'm going to frame it. So now moving to the email subject. So here to frame this email subject, I'm going to use the method that I've told you before, that is mapping. So from the response received, I'm going to map the task name, that is send job offer letter to current user. So this here is the subject, that is send job offer letter to current user task. And here I'm going to mention the status, that is complete. So this here is the status. So I'm going to mention the name of the assignee as well, like who completed this task. So over here after by, I'm going to mention the assignee name. So that was admin Pabbly Tuts. So this here is the username. So here the email subject goes as send job offer letter to current user task complete by admin Pabbly Tuts. So this here is the email subject, and over here I framed the email content. So over here is the email content. It goes as hello, new update, task completed in ClickUp. So as from the response received, I've got the task ID here. I'm going to map it. Now I'm going to map the task name from the response which I've received. So this here is the task name. So here I'm going to map the before status, that was to do. So here I've mapped it, and this here will be the after status, that is complete. So I'm going to map it. Now moving to the assignee name, that was admin Pabbly Tuts. Here I've mapped it. So now moving to email. So again from this response, I'm going to map the email address as well. So here I've mapped it. So over here, as you can see that in these fields, I've used a method that is mapping. So basically mapping means to insert the data from previous step, and it is an important step so that every time you're going to receive a new response, so that response could be taken into consideration in these fields. If I would have written this information manually, in that case, this information could have become static, which means that it wouldn't change even if I would have received a new response. So in order to avoid that problem, we map the information. So as over here, I've mapped the details in these fields. So now over here, I'm simply going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see that I have received a response, and this here is a positive response. That means an email would have been sent on the mentioned email address over here. So now I'm going to show you the email as well. So here you can see that this here is the email that has been sent. So here you can see the subject, that is send job offer letter to current user task complete by admin Pabbly Tuts. So over here is the body content. Hello, new update, task completed in ClickUp. So over here you can see the task ID, task name, before status, after status, the assignee name and the assignee email. So that means an email is successfully sent when ClickUp task is completed. So that means now whenever the task status will be updated to complete, then an email will be sent on the mentioned email address. So this automation is a successful one. Now whenever in ClickUp the task status will be updated to complete, then automatically an email notification will be sent on the email address that you would have mentioned in this automation. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
Not just these applications, you can integrate a lot more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you have any doubts regarding Pabbly, reach us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can visit us at forum.pabbly.com. If you have any pricing related query, you can visit this link. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe our channel.